fall's behind us. Hey, good Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. December 17th, 8 o'clock. This is Ark Rochester, and I'm Dan Schratt.
And I'm Stephanie Joseph. We've got a lot to get to this morning, just like every morning, here on Ark Rochester, including keeping our pets safe this holiday season. We will be joined by a veterinarian who's sharing tips on the most common holiday hazards.
All right, good information there. And then later, how AI has become the new intern for lawyers and legal experts. We're going to learn more about how this tech is reshaping the legal field.
But before all of that, we want to talk about the warm-up we are experiencing this morning.
No, we want to talk about the arm-up that we're experiencing this morning.
It almost got me.
Warm-up was missing the W there. That's okay. Meteorologist Marty Snyder is standing by, giving us a first look at what we can expect. Marty, mild out there on Monday, and mild again to start Tuesday.
Yeah, and let's stop the conversation.
Yes, yeah, end it there.
It doesn't get any better, it just kind of goes off. But yeah, today's going to be an all right day for us as far as temperatures go. We're going to see these temperatures move up pretty well for the short term. We're up into that above average territory. But as far as the momentum in temperatures, it's going to be a downward trend that we'll see play out. Not a big crash in temperatures today, but we will be at a slight downward trend. 44 at noon and probably somewhere in the very lower 40s by the end of the day. Just mainly cloudy, windy on top of that. But we'll check the extended forecast quickly here, and you can see temperatures will be on a much more significant downward trend near 32 on Thursday. May struggle to hit the 20-degree mark for both highs over the weekend. So again, longer term, a lot colder than what we'll see today. So again, today's not going to be pretty, but enjoy these mild for December numbers that are in place as we head through the rest of the day today.
Hey, let me ask the two of you.
Yeah.
Taking a survey for a friend. Do you, when it gets colder, 9 degrees, do you turn your heat up at home, or do you leave your temperature at like one consistent?
Yeah, I notice it does get colder in our house, like if there's more wind too. So if it's cold, you have one of those windy nights, I know the insulation probably isn't that good. So I will turn the thermostat up a little bit. It's rare. I rarely turn that thermostat up, but that's one of the cases when I do.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
I think
just a tad.
I think I might be in that situation come this weekend.
Welcome to the club.
All right. Thank you, Marty. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, now let's get right into this morning show and start talking about things here with a segment, Tourist in Your Town.
Yeah, this time of year, Western New York, we all know this has no shortage of dazzling light displays, those holiday lights for everyone to see.
Yeah, there's a light show in Victor that has returned for its 5th and final year at the Victor Hills Golf Club. Chris Lopez is there. He's been there all morning with us and has more.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, we're cruising around in the Subaru right now at Rock Lights, trying to capture as much as we can before that dreaded sunlight takes away some of the effectiveness of these lights. I got Mike here with me, part owner here at Rock Lights. Mike, talk to me about what it takes to kind of set something up like this. How much man hours go into this?
Yeah, so it's actually a lot of work. It's about 450 to 500 man hours over the course. We start in October. We do it on the weekends because most of us, this is a seasonal separate side job. It takes about 6 or 8 of us, about 5 weekends to just get everything out here and up. And then myself and my partner do all the electrical, which is another, probably 50, 60 hours because everything's run off generators. 28 generators run the show, 30,000 feet of customized extension cord because there's no power out here. So everything's got to get custom built out to get out to where you need to.
And this is still a golf course. People still come out and play out here. Was it easy to convince Victor Golf Course that, hey, we kind of want to take up your space for a few months?
Well, it's a mutually beneficial relationship. I mean, they're not, there's not too much golf going on this time of year.
That's true.
And they love the idea as well as, bringing something to the community like this. It's unique. So they were pretty on board.
And you said your wife is the brainchild behind this, and you're essentially the handyman that works on this.
Correct.
How often is that collaboration going on? Is she telling you what to do mainly, or are you telling her, no, I think this is a little bit better?
It's definitely a collaboration because she's got great ideas, but sometimes implementing what you want to do around the parameters that you have can make it a little difficult.
Yeah.
So we've worked together over time to, to really get it to where it is.
cruising around here. This is a pretty nifty display. And I said this in the last hit or a few hits ago, that this doesn't translate. You have to be here to see how cool these lights are. All of the different colors. Now, do you guys, when it comes to choosing, naming the different spots, was it just random, Christmas themed, or was there some decent thought put into naming these different areas?
No, I would definitely, I don't want to give it more energy than it took. It was really like, this is blue and white trees because they're blue and white trees. But, you know, I mean, each one kind of, you start talking about like, oh, I got to go over here, I got to go over there, and they kind of name themselves. You know, like we're coming up on the ice skating and fountain section, and then the cherry trees, which is probably a fan favorite for most people out there.
And Cure, you could have chose any organization to donate some of the profits to. Why did you guys choose Cure?
So growing up, I had one of my best friends was diagnosed with cancer, and he had a really hard time, and it was a big deal. And when I came across Cure locally and saw what they do for their families and their kids, it was just kind of felt right. It made sense. The two paired together, and you know, we those kids out and those families and see the smiles on their face makes it all, you know, worth it even more.
And how much money roughly have you?
Over the last 4 years, it's somewhere in the range of almost, I think, about $50,000.
And also with Cure, how did you come about partnering with them? Did you go just straight up and ask them about?
Yeah, we just reached out to them and said, hey, this is what we've got going on. Would you have interest in working together? And over the time, I've become friends with Holly shortly, and I'm actually on the board now. I've decided to get more involved than just the lights.
Guys, we're gonna be here throughout, trying to capture as much as we can before that sun comes up. I'm gonna send it back to you guys in studio.
Chris Lopez out there for us. See, and Steph, we're going to stay on the topic of lights this morning.
Yeah, we are. So let's turn now to our poll of the day this morning. We are asking you, when it comes to holiday lights, what kind is your favorite? The options.
Your options: the classic white, brightly colored, the more the merrier, or I'm more of a sideline spectator.
That's me. Yeah.
Sideline spectator? Me too.
Yeah.
That was my pick.
Yeah.
I'll take all of them.
Really?
Yeah. I don't want to have to put them up.
Yeah, no, not
Okay.
for me.
No.
I've only ever put them up in a dorm, so
Okay.
not on a tree. They usually come with the tree, so it's just a matter of plugging everything.
Yes.
So-
I remember doing it as a child at home, but it's a lot of work.
It is.
It's a lot of work.
Kudos to you guys.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to weigh in on this poll, which you absolutely should, scan that QR code with your smartphone now. It'll take you over to our X social media page. You can weigh in on the poll, comment below the poll, keep it clean and friendly, and share this poll. We'll go over some of those remarks and the results for you coming up at the end of the 9 o'clock hour.
And stick around, we have much more to come here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, while all eyes are on a city in Oregon.
And don't forget, you can watch us on the go on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. Just head over to YouTube, type in 13 Wham, stream ARC Rochester right there, right now. Can you feel that beat this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Hey, it's time to see what people are talking about in our segment Trending Now.
All right, let's start things out with city officials in Oregon pleading with locals to stop taping googly eyes onto roadside sculptures.
Why?
Yeah.
I like it.
I think it's fun.
I do too.
Unless there's, like, a meaning
So
behind it.
in Bend, Oregon, vandals, we're calling them vandals, they've been taping oversized googly eyes onto different pieces of art. Authorities say while the googly eyes may give you a little chuckle, it's costing the city money to remove them. So don't.
They also say that the removal has run upward of $1,500 due to the adhesive damaging the art.
I thought we were using tape. Residents have spoken against the officials' protest, saying it's public art, and if people want to see googly eyes on the statues, then so be it. Look at that. That's great. How are you going to argue that that's not fun?
Well, they can't use tape either, because how do you think it would stay up? They
The
probably
only
wanted to-
qualm I could see is if the artist, the original artist of the piece of artwork, said, hey, I don't want googly eyes. It's not supposed to have googly eyes because it's X,
Yeah.
Y, and Z. That I get. But otherwise, don't we have bigger fish to fry?
Well, yeah, that's for sure. I'll agree on that.
Keep up the good work, I say. All right, we're talking about money here. More than $700 million is up for grabs. Really? Tonight is the Mega Millions I gotta go get a lottery ticket. You finish this one.
All right. No one managed to win on Friday the 13th. Oh, it was a lucky day
Yeah.
for some. Now, the jackpot stands again at $740 million. That's an estimated $342.9 million lump sum payment after taxes, of course.
8th largest jackpot in Mega Millions history. Steph, we've never had this discussion. I've talked to Abigail about this several times. I want to know, you win that $740 million, you're walking away with what, 300 and how much? 350 million, whatever. It's a lot.
It is.
What do you do?
I'd help out my family,
Okay.
number one. So if they have any debts, that's good.
Okay.
Cover myself, any, student loan stuff, that will be done. I would consider maybe going back to school for
Okay.
something because it is expensive.
Yup.
I'd want to get a new car. My current car is okay.
Okay.
But she has given me problems.
Okay.
So I would consider a new one, and then save a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like you only spent about $3 million there. And that's being overly generous.
I would love to get a home, but the thing is, I am not ready to settle down in one place.
So you
just
buy
yet.
a couple, you have $340 million, Stephanie.
Well, that is true. Invest,
Yeah.
so that way it can grow.
Yup.
Yeah.
And you can go on vacation in all these spots. And
Vacation, I
would-
almost forgot.
Listen, I would say don't go back to school. Bring the school to you.
Stephanie University.
Just all online courses
Yeah.
via Zoom or whatever, so that you can be out on your pied-à-terre in Paris, taking
go.
your legal class. What are you taking? What do you want to take?
I don't know.
Okay.
Something.
We got to get that figured out, my friend.
Yeah. So something along that, and then travel. I almost forgot travel.
You got to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh, can you imagine? Would you remember people like me?
Of course.
Okay. That's all
Yeah.
that matters.
I could pay to take you with me.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Sold. Or you could just give me a couple million.
Okay.
That's fair. This drawing is tonight at 11 o'clock. Again, the Mega Millions jackpot, 740 million smackaroos. Wow.
All right, let's move along to a health story this morning that will make you want to get your beauty sleep.
Okay.
It's already off to a bad start for us. British bedding and mattress company, they teamed up with scientists creating renderings illustrating what our bodies may look like in 25 years if you don't
Look at this.
regularly get enough sleep.
That is
Oh,
from Night of the
no.
Living Dead.
I have noticed that I do this, but that I feel like is more so from stress rather than lack of sleep.
Yes, I also think though we've got a bit of a hump there in the. Oh my gosh, that poor
bags.
face. We need to get some of that tightening cream.
For me, it's the dark circles.
maybe some filler. What is that? Vitamin E though, I think
Yeah.
helps reduce the dark circles. Yeah, we're hunched.
Oh.
We're hunched because we're constantly looking down at our phones and our iPads,
Yeah.
and We got thinning hair
just
there.
looks
Yeah, this is
overworked.
not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
But there's an outfit, it's all about styling to
Okay.
your body type. I have a positive spin for everything.
All right.
And we can make this work.
What do you do to her to make it
So
work?
I think that we invest in some high-waisted pants.
Okay.
The stretchy ones.
Sure.
And that way it helps to give a little bit of shape. You got a bodysuit with that. 'Cause
Okay.
We're trying to show that there's
Like
shape.
Spanx bodysuit? Is that what we're talking about?
If you've ever seen kind of like onesies
Okay,
without
okay.
the,
Yeah. Okay.
So we can make that work. We need some extensions.
okay.
A little bit of hair dye.
Yeah.
Just some makeup, just a tad, unless we are going into the procedure route. But we can,
Do we go down the procedure route? I feel like we're so off topic at this point. They developed Hannah.
That's Hannah.
Scroll back. They developed Hannah.
And it's an image that depicts what a female would look like in 2050 if she gets around 6 hours of sleep a night. Oh no!
How
That's
old
me.
is Hannah? We need to find that out, producer Ashley. Her features include a hunched posture, thinning hair, aged skin, baggy eyes, and a droopy mouth. Hannah is only 50 years old. Hannah also could have had other medical issues, including obesity, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. What is going on?
Oh, I
All
feel
of
so
this because
bad.
Hannah only got 6 hours of sleep a night.
So is that supposed to? I only get 6 hours, sometimes 5.
You're still young. Give it a couple more years, you're going to start to need more sleep.
Great.
I promise you. The illustrators thought this would be a thought-provoking image. Many people are saying Hannah resembles Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
Oh no.
She definitely does.
No,
Yeah. Can we get a side-by-side?
probably
No.
not. Well, you
No.
guys saw it.
Yeah. She does, though. I get it. Listen, I feel bad for Hannah. She needs to get some sleep. Needs to get some sleep. Okay.
All right, and from health stories, let's go to some food stories.
Okay.
One popular fast food chain is checking off items on some people's holiday wish lists.
Oh, boy. Okay. Introducing the All I Want is Chipotle merch collection.
Woohoo!
I'm on board.
Now, the Mexican chain announced they are selling this holiday gift set. It includes cilantro soap, the water cup candle, and a car napkin holder. The car napkin holder is, I would rather this be like a mint.
Then cilantro?
Yeah.
But you
ever
don't have mint in your.
I know.
You don't
Well,
put
you
mint
could-
on your.
No, I don't.
No.
But it has the same fresh taste.
Listen.
But I like the napkin holder.
What does it come with? Okay, some of these items are previous fan favorites. The soap originally sold in 2021. It actually sold out very fast.
Wow.
It was released as a nod to those who are, genetically wired to experience a soapy flavor when they eat cilantro.
Oh, that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Okay. All right. The water cup candle, that sold out in 4 minutes when it was first released in 2022.
Okay. I don't. What? Oh, the candle is lemonade scented.
Okay.
Inspired by.
Fans
Okay.
who accidentally fill up their water cups with something else.
I thought that was a joke about me.
too.
The gift set is going for $50 online. What I find unfortunate about this is you get listen, you don't need that.
don't need it?
No, just put the napkins in your glove box.
Oh no.
Why are you eating in your car anyhow?
on the go? Sometimes you need a quick bite.
I get it. I do it
Yeah.
all the time. You don't need this. It should come with a gift card of some sort.
That would be
right?
great, yeah.
It should come
No,
with
I
like a
agree.
$50 gift card.
Yeah.
And you pay $10 for all this other bonus garbage.
Yeah.
Moneymaker. Corporate America, people. Stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester this Tuesday.
We're right back after this.
8:24 this Tuesday morning. Thanks for tuning in. This is your Ark Rochester news break. Thankfully, no one was hurt after a fire tore through a garage near Ontario Beach Park overnight. Firefighters rushed to Wilder Terrace just before 11 o'clock last night. It took crews about 20 minutes to get those flames under control, but 2 cars, including one inside the garage, were destroyed. The cause of that fire is still under investigation, but again, thankfully, no injuries were reported. Sentencing is set for today for a man who pled guilty to aggravated manslaughter in the death of a Genesee County sergeant earlier this year. Michael Elmore faces 10 to 20 years in prison for the death of Sergeant Thomas Sanfratello in March. Investigators say Elmore and Lindsay Wilcox attacked Sanfratello at Batavia Downs when he tried to escort them out after a fight. Authorities say Elmore hit the sergeant with a metal necklace and put him in a chokehold. We will be in court today and have the latest for you both on air and online at 13wham.com. Deliberations continue today in the trial of a Victor man accused of fatally stabbing another man in his driveway last year. Jacob Chittenden is facing manslaughter charges in the August 2023 death of Adam Record. Investigators say the 2 men got into a fight at a bar in Fairport, and Record allegedly followed Chittenden home. Prosecutors say Record then attacked Chittenden as he got out of his vehicle, leading to that fatal stabbing. This week, dozens of refugees are expected to arrive in Rochester, all ahead of the incoming presidential administration. Catholic Family Charities and Community Services says the increase is tied to anticipated changes to immigration policy once President-elect Donald Trump takes office. The director of the nonprofit's Refugee Department says the surge could strain resources, especially after welcoming around 1,100 refugees just last year.
It is challenging to find them housing. When they come here, all refugees need housing. We have limited number of manpower, and it is hard to manage the number of cases that are coming at the same time.
Last week, the University of Rochester urged international students to return to the U.S. before Inauguration Day in just a month. City Council members are set to vote today on good cause eviction legislation in Rochester. If passed, the bill would make lease renewals automatic and require landlords to approve good cause before evicting a tenant. Council members say those good causes include not paying rent, violating lease terms, or using the property for illegal activity. And for all these stories and any new developments, head over to our website, 13wham.com. Stick around. Ark Rochester returns after this. 8:30 this Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us and staying with us here on ARC Rochester. I'm Dan Schrack.
And I'm Stephanie Joseph. We've still got a lot more to get to this morning here on ARC Rochester, but we want to get right to our next guest this morning and talk about keeping our pets safe.
We certainly do. Because it's the holidays, it can be easy to get all caught up in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. But there are everyday hazards that feel festive to us but can be dangerous for our four-legged friends.
Yeah, and for more on how we can make sure our pet is healthy and safe, we are joined now by veterinarian Michelle Chin. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning and happy holidays.
Thank you. Same to you. Michelle, we have to talk about the elephant or the kitty in the room. Introduce us, please.
This is Elsie, little cat. I know, very original, but yeah, she is here to help us all learn about these holiday hazards that we have.
Very cute. Okay, where do we begin? Let's dive right in. We all put up decorations, a lot of us, many people put up decorations in the home. What should we be avoiding when we're, decorating the tree or lighting the menorah?
Yes, just like our human two-legged family members, things to think about avoiding are those open flames. Little curiosity kills the cat. Those open flames can not only be dangerous to them, but to the whole household if they knock those candles over. Thinking about securing the tree, they can, of course, we've all seen the videos of them climbing up the trees and knocking them over. That's very dangerous for everyone. And just thinking about the ornaments and what ornaments that you decorate the trees with, and try to do it out of their reach if possible. Many of us decorate with all kinds of different things, but just be well aware of things that could be ingested by our pets. Tinsel is very dangerous for them. They explore the world with their mouths.
Yeah, and you kind of talked about it already, but our everyday hustle and bustle can really distract us from things, and it might seem like a big to-do to make those changes to really accommodate our pets, but those ornaments, for example, making them over to maybe the plastic ones or whatever the case may be, what sort of recommendations would you make to people at home about how to just easily fix this?
Yes, and you referred to those pet-safe ornaments. So the popcorn on the string is beautiful and fun to make, but can be very dangerous. So we want to avoid those and converting over to plastic ornaments that won't break. And even just thinking about what we are doing with our live trees, the water can be unsafe as well. So putting just a cover over that or a tree skirt to try to keep our dogs out of drinking that water.
A lot of us see holiday plants around the house in a lot of stores right now up for grabs. Poinsettias come to mind. The red, gorgeous, lovely, but not so safe for the pets.
Yes, absolutely. And one thing to be well aware of, because I've seen it at Costco, is those lilies. They're gorgeous. They make the whole house smell wonderful. But if there's any felines in the house, I would not recommend having lilies in the house, as they can be deadly. The poinsettia, mistletoe, even the holly, those are dangerous to our pet friends as well. They can cause them stomach upset.
And I'm also wondering, let's say you don't go the natural route. You're somebody who likes to make sure your plants appear alive, so you go the plastic route. Is it important to keep those plants, even though they're not real, out of reach of your pets?
Yes, we doing our best to keep any plants or anything out of reach, because they are so curious and they like to chew on things and eat things. And even ingesting the artificial plants can cause an obstruction, and no one wants that to happen. So doing our best to keep everything out of their reach is really important, and even for our young children as well.
Some are curious, but I would argue a lot more are just mischievous, especially on the kitty cat side.
Yeah.
They like to get themselves into a lot of trouble. I noticed yours is already gone. She's off doing something else, I'm sure, at this point. I want to talk, though, if we can, about food. There's a lot of food during the holiday season as well. And if you grew up with pets, a lot of people, you give the puppy the leftovers.
Yeah.
Not always the best idea.
Not always, especially with raisins and grapes. Giving those to our canine friends can cause kidney disease. And one thing to be aware of is putting things in the trash can, those holiday bones, any leftovers that go into the trash cans. It's super tempting for them, and keeping that trash secured and taking the trash out immediately. We're all tired, we're all full, but it's really important because as soon as we go to sleep, our little mischievous ones will try to get into it.
They will.
That's for sure.
I do have one last question for you while we've got you. If you're hosting for the holidays, you're expecting all the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, the brothers, the sisters to come over. How do we, what do we do to keep our pet calm and make sure that our animals are okay with these guests that are kind of invading their space?
Absolutely. Some of our pet friends love the invasion of space. They're very curious about new people. But in order to keep everyone safe, it's always best to maybe put our pets in a spare room or somewhere that's quiet. You can even there's YouTube stations that have pet music, calming pet music, just to keep them out of trouble as well as keep our guests safe. Sometimes our guests don't know the things to feed or not to feed these little innocent creatures.
Veterinarian Michelle Chin, thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it.
Of course, any questions, look at our website, vcahospitals.com. 50% off the emergency exams because we want you to have those peace of mind. So anytime, just call. Any questions you have, call your nearest VCA.
Perfect. And we'll post all of this information and much more on our website, 13WHAM and foxrochester.com after the show. Thanks again, Michelle.
Happy holidays.
Same here.
Hey, don't go anywhere because when we come back, we are checking back in with Chris Lopez, who is taking a drive through a winter wonderland.
Don't forget, you can watch us on the go. Grab your smartphone, your tablet, your Galaxy, your laptop, and go to youtube.com and type in 13WHAM. We're streaming there live till 10 o'clock.
We're back after this. Welcome back. All this month, homes in Western New York are lit up with dazzling light displays that really show off that holiday spirit.
They do. They do. Some of our neighbors do a really, really good job.
Yeah.
If you're looking to cruise outside around your neighborhood for a holiday light show, well, the Rock Lights at Victor Hills has you covered. Chris Lopez is at Victor Hills Golf Club checking out that display. Christopher.
What's up, guys? Here at the Rock Lights, 1.5 mile of lights here on the Victor Golf Club. I am standing next to Tom, Tammy, and Holly. We will get to Holly in a little bit. Some of the benefits go to Cure, and we will talk to her in a little bit about how they benefit and where that money goes to. Tom and Tammy, give me some logistics. Someone's watching this right now. I get it. The sun's coming out. Maybe the lights aren't translating as well. But when can they come out to see this this greatness you guys got going on?
We open up at 5 o'clock every day from now until Christmas, and then a couple days after Christmas.
And you guys have different sections named different things. How did you guys come up with the names, or is it just very self-explanatory?
I think Candy Cane Lane is pretty self-explanatory. Over there we call it nature. It's all green and there's animals running around. And over there we have the pink and white trees, which are pretty pink and white.
Pink and white.
Yeah.
How many sections do you guys have?
I think there's like 22.
You have 22 sections over that 1.5 miles.
Yep.
What is your favorite part, Tom?
I like both the pink and white trees and at the end the drip tunnel, which is right by the ornament. Actually, I take that back. The ornament is my favorite because I get to stand there and take pictures of people inside of it and see their faces light up.
And the ornament, Tammy, have you seen people? I heard people get engaged there. Have you seen people get engaged there?
Yes, I have, and it's a sight to see, really. It's so much fun, and between that and the joy it brings to the kids, it's really a pleasure to be here, and it makes my Christmas every year. So,
how long have you been working here?
just a few years, and this year was setting up. So all these trees you see around you, I wrapped these trees round and round, and worked on most of the setups here, so that was fun.
Yeah, Mike was talking about the man hours that go into this. How tough is it to set this up? Because reiterating, it's not Home Depot lights. Some of this stuff is custom.
Yes, it takes quite a while. We've got over 400 man hours in the setup. And then obviously there's maintenance. Sometimes with the wind, something blows over, you have to put it back up. But that's part of it, you know, being a nice outdoor light show.
And some of the benefits go to help Cure. I'm going to talk to Holly in a second. Why did you guys choose Cure?
I don't know. Mike chose Cure.
Yeah. Oh, Mike chose Cure.
So I blame him. No,
because
I don't know.
great.
There you go.
Absolutely.
And the profits go 40 to 50,000 roughly has gone to you guys. How does that help you guys? How big is that for you? That's a sizable chunk of change right there.
Oh my goodness, it's so sizable. And the other thing that we hadn't mentioned, in addition to the proceeds from the event, is it gives our kids that are immune compromised an opportunity to do that they might not be able to do, fun things. So they've been so generous, and they've let our Cure families come through for free. And so, in addition to the monetary donation, experience that's safe for them, and also gives them an opportunity to experience, Christmas in all its splendor.
You guys, what kind of programs do you guys use that for?
Sure. So we provide financial support in terms of parking vouchers at the. We are sponsoring nearly 70 families for the holidays. We have different activities every month. We have Parents' Night Out, so our parents can they're going through what they're going through, but also have a night out from what they're going through. Just you name it, and we just do what we can. We do RG&E payments, car payments. Sadly, it's these things that you don't think about that come up that we couldn't do without the kindness of our friends like Rock Holiday Lights.
Yeah, and I want to kind of have a ship with Mike. How cool is Mike to choose you guys? I know he has a little bit of a background with one of his, I believe, his friend struggling with cancer.
I was diagnosed with cancer as a child, but Mike loves Cure so much that we've actually recruited him to be on our board of directors, which he didn't mention. And everything we do, and applied to be on our board, and he's been a member of our board for a couple of years now as well. It's really easy. It's curekidscancer.com.
Tom, I'm going to circle back to you. Thank you, Holly.
Thank you.
How can someone you guys got going on?
You get a ticket on our website, time period to come. They're every 15 minutes.
Okay.
It's coming at 5 o'clock, and that's all you got to do. It's very easy to do. You drive up to the ticket booth. Tammy will scan your ticket.
The ticket extraordinaire. You will meet Tammy. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, and just come out. I think kids will forget what's under the tree, but if they have something special like rock lights, it's something that they'll remember forever. So you're creating a memory, and about is just being together as a family. You can do that here.
Thank you guys. Couldn't have said it any better myself. Tried to capture a ton of us right now. My hair is defeating me right now. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio.
That flow.
Yeah, there's
right?
a little
Is that what they
curl
say,
right
the
there.
flow?
The flow?
Yeah.
No.
Did I make that? No?
Yeah.
Okay. Guess I'm wrong. Stick around. We've got a lot more to come here on ARC Rochester this morning, including when we come back. It's this week's edition of Crime Stoppers.
We're back right after this.
.49 this Tuesday morning. It's time for Crime Stoppers here on ARC Rochester. And this morning we're talking about parking during the winter months and the coming holidays.
Yeah, and for more, we are joined now by Officer Jonathan Lawton from the Irondequoit Police Department. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for the invitation.
So just to start off, I mean, we just came off of some snow, so what have you been seeing out there?
The normal of, the first significant snow, at least for Rochester, the accidents have went up. People just have to remember to slow down, but also with that is the importance of parking on your street. Emergency vehicles are a little bit bigger than our average vehicles, so we want to make sure that there's enough room for the emergency vehicles to get to your house, to your neighbor's house in that time of need.
Yeah, very important, and also important to take into consideration road conditions when you're out there and those other emergency vehicles are on the road and pulling off to the side to make sure that they can get past you, as you said.
Exactly. It's just planning ahead when the snow flies. You have to give yourself some extra time. The roads are going to be slick, so some people's confidence in their driving is going to be different than others, so you're going to have slower vehicles. You're going to have some people that forget that the snow makes the roads slick. So.
And you know, I'm thinking about off-street parking. We were talking about this during the break. I thankfully don't have to deal with that. But for some people who might have to, what's a good piece of advice? Or even people who are just out on the roads and they notice there is a vehicle stopped nearby?
Just giving, if there's vehicles stopped, making sure to give them extra room for the off-street parking or even on-street parking. Just be aware of the signs. That's all for the snow removal and emergency vehicles. If it's odd or even side parking, it's there for a reason to help with emergency vehicles and for those plows to help clear with the snow out.
To follow up on those emergency vehicles, it's not your particular department, but you arrive at the same scenes as the fire department often. And sometimes after big storms, they're left looking for those fire hydrants that may normally be in plain sight, but now they're buried because a plow has gone by and you shoveled the driveway and didn't dig it out. And that can be a serious hazard.
Exactly. And that's one of the things that we suggest is kind of adopt your closest fire hydrant so that you or your neighbors can shovel that out, because it's ultimately going to serve you in that time of need.
Yeah, for sure. Really great piece of advice. And I guess in terms of snow clearing, for example, what if somebody, wants to take it up themselves and is sort of worried about where they're shoveling snow, for example? You don't want to put it out on the road or too close to the curb, for example. What sort of advice would you have for that?
So I would avoid putting the snow in the right of way, so that distance, that little plot of land between the sidewalk and the roadway, because that's going to hinder people's view of people walking on the street or even vehicles if they're trying to exit their driveway.
And let me ask, if I'm getting ready to head to work, running out the door early in the morning, I get the back windshield part way, I get part of the front windshield and hope the wipers will do the rest, but there's 9 inches of snow on the roof. I need to clear that whole car off, correct?
Yes, clear the whole car off. You see the pictures or the memes of those cars driving around with 3, 4, 5, 6 feet of snow on top of.
And a 6-inch view out of the windshield.
Yeah, make sure that it's kind of the same saying with see and be seen. You want to make sure that people can see you and you can see them if you're driving a vehicle.
PSA, you heard it here first. Yes. I say it all the time, especially when we're doing weather, because I know what it's like to be behind that car with the snow pile.
Yeah, it's no fun, no fun. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. And we'll post all of this information and much more on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show this morning.
Stick around. We've got much more here on Ark Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour.
We're back after this.
Good Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here's your ARC Rochester news break. At least 2 people are dead and several others were injured after a deadly school shooting in Madison, Wisconsin. A student and a teacher were killed inside a classroom at Abundant Life Christian School. 6 others were wounded. 2 of them are in critical condition. The suspected shooter, identified as 15-year-old Natalie Rupnow, was found dead inside the school from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Investigators are still working to determine a motive. In New York City, a judge has ruled that President-elect Donald Trump's criminal conviction in the hush money case will stand. A jury found Trump guilty on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records related to an alleged affair with adult film star Stormy Daniels. Trump's attorneys argued the conviction should be thrown out following the Supreme Court's recent ruling on presidential immunity. Now, as for sentencing, it could be delayed until after Trump finishes his second term. In Albany, where the 2025 legislative session will get underway in just about 3 weeks. The big question right now, though, is what kind of fiscal year is ahead for the state as lawmakers and the governor start figuring out the next state budget?
I think overall it's positive and strong. Tax collections have come in higher than projection. The out-year budget gap has been reduced, and actually for next year, the last numbers had only a gap of about $1 billion, which, given the size of the state budget, certainly is not a huge amount of money. The challenge is the obvious one. There's always a volatility in the economy. Let's just say there's some uncertainty with the new administration.
Now, DiNapoli says he expects education and health care funding to dominate the budget talks for next year. Lawmakers return to the Capitol on Wednesday, January 8th. Now, for all of these top stories and any new updates, be sure to visit 13wham.com. Stick around. ARC Rochester is back right after this.
You at home are not seeing is Stephanie likes to dance
really
anytime
great.
there's music. Thanks so much for joining us this Tuesday, December 17th, 9 o'clock here on Arc Rochester. I'm Dan Schrack.
And I'm Stephanie Joseph. We still have a lot more to get to this morning here on Arc Rochester, including we will be introduced to a West Irondequoit school secretary who, like us, looks ahead to what National Day it is. We'll see how she celebrates in her own very special way.
Ooh, that'll be interesting. And then later in this hour, we're going to go over the results of our poll of the day. This morning, we asked you. We've been talking about holiday lights. Chris was out there. We wanted to know what kind is your favorite. Steph, what are the options?
You've got classic white, brightly colored. The more lights, the merrier, or more of a sideline spectator.
And that, I think, is where I lie, on the sidelines,
me too.
looking at people's houses. We do want you to weigh in, though. Grab that smartphone, scan that QR code. It'll take you over to our X social media page. You can weigh in there on this poll, repost the poll, comment below the poll. Be friendly, be nice. We'll read some of those comments and go over the results at the end of the hour.
But we do now want to turn our attention to the weather because we are only 8 days away from Christmas.
Is that a shock to you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, the closer that we get to it,
It has come around fast this year.
Always does, and I know I always get caught off guard, even though you're counting all the way the days. But yeah, it's coming up fast, and we're going to see temperatures drop between now and then. So
lucky
get ready
us.
for that. Yeah.
Lucky us. All right, so yesterday, I'm sure a lot of you won't argue with this. It felt very spring-like out there.
It did, yes.
Most of you, Stephanie, will argue with that, I guess. Today, kind of a similar pattern.
Yeah, we're going to stay above average, just not quite to the extent that we saw yesterday. And today's one of those odd days where, we sit down and we try to figure out, okay, what's the high temperature going to be for the day? I don't really stress out about it, but it always kind of causes me trouble because we already saw our high temperature. We can't put a number on the chart saying, hey, this is going to be the high for today because it's past history. We're in the 50s. But we're going to see these numbers drop back throughout the day. You can see every once in a while we lose a couple degrees here and there. So probably centered somewhere in the lower 40s or near 40 by the end of the day. But then longer term, I think that'll be a much more pronounced trend. Tomorrow about 44 high. It's going to be that rain, snow shower type activity. Not a lot of either one, but at least a few of those showers out there. But you check out some of these numbers for the longer term. Near freezing for a high on Thursday. And then after we drop down below freezing on Thursday, maybe until next week until these numbers come back above freezing. Those highs over the weekend, probably struggling to hit 20. So
I don't know if you just heard the collective gasp from everyone across the Rochester region to seeing those single digits.
Yeah, that's it. Cold nights. Yeah, some of those lows, especially towards the weekend, could at least be dropping down into the single digits, which, is not unheard of for this time of year. But, once you start to see that become a little more common over days on end, then it's like, oh, yeah, it's here.
I'll be inside.
We're back.
Can we ask, because I know a lot of people will want to know the big question for the 25th of December.
Yeah.
What's the answer?
There's a chance.
Okay.
Really?
There's a chance.
We're talking about a white Christmas.
White Christmas, yeah. And you have to have at least an inch of snow on the ground to be classified as a white Christmas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So scientifically,
very scientific.
Has to be an inch of snow. Yeah. Since it
Okay.
covers most of the ground. If it's a half inch, you got little tufts of grass that still stick up. The leaves in the border are still there that you can see. But yeah, that inch usually covers everything.
Okay.
So yeah, to get that inch, it's going to be a tight call. I think some areas may see it, some won't. But it's not like we're going to see a big storm between now and then to really coat things, because sometimes it's like, oh, we're going to see a storm coming up, but whether or not it's going to stay and not melt prior to Christmas, that's usually the question. This time it's just, are we going to see that much precipitation between now and then to actually get to that point?
Sure, because those temperatures look like they'll keep that snow around if it arrives.
They'll support it, yes. So
yeah.
that little bit, it could be that little nickel and dime type stuff that we see that eventually adds up to an inch, and if we can hold that through the 25th, that would be, the way that we'd get to that 1 inch of snow on Christmas Day.
They will support it. I'll be out there on the picket lines with my
shovel?
with my shovel.
With
my shovel. Exactly. Do we like a white Christmas?
It's nice to look at, but I will have to come in the morning, so it depends on when this snowfall happens.
Okay.
The driving through it is not the fun part.
Oh, no. It's pretty bad.
It's the looking. that people enjoy.
Yeah.
You know?
Just enough for the lights.
Yes.
You know,
Very
make
Courier and Ives.
Right.
If it
Just
doesn't
one day
stick.
only. That's all we need.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
then we can go back to summer.
So yeah, but at least we'll have that cold there. So if we get that snow, it's going to try to stick, between now and then. So
All right.
just
All
may not see a
right.
whole lot of snow between now and then, which is good for travel. If you have to get your gifts
absolutely.
Right
finished
side.
up and get all deliveries to the house,
Yes.
at least those will happen. No big weather problems between now and then for us, at least.
Good to
Regular
know.
shipping deadline is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And how many gifts do we still have to send out, Steph?
About 3.
Yup,
Oh, no.
exactly. Hey, thank you, Marty. We
Yeah.
appreciate it. You don't go anywhere. You don't go anywhere because we got a lot more coming up right here on Arc Rochester. When we come back, we are making our day just a little bit sweeter.
Find out how when coming up a little bit sooner. And don't forget that you can watch us on the go. We are streaming live on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel. We'll see you there.
Ashley trying to be witty. Welcome back in Syrup Rise. It's maple time.
Yeah, today is National Maple Syrup Day, and we have an array of maple-flavored goods and treats that we are going to be indulging in this morning. I am so excited. Now, we're also going to be sharing some fun facts that you may not know about that sweet South.
I didn't like that verbiage. That wasn't great. It takes. Did you guys know? Okay, let's dive in first. What do we want to start with, food-wise? Let's talk about. Do we want to? Let's just go big.
Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go big. Maple flavored spam, people. Maple flavored spam. Director Chris just said your stomachs are going to be hurting if we eat this, but we're going to.
Okay.
Why not?
Why
Yeah,
not?
Why not?
Marty, have you
should
ever
see-
had Spam?
Oh, it's been years.
Well, you're not gonna have it.
Like you're gonna
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I can't eat this.
All right.
I don't know how.
Scoop that out.
Yeah. Let me grab a
How do we do
fork.
this? Yeah, you want? Anything that comes out of a container like that, it's.
Let me
put it
let
on
me
the
just see
plate.
that plate. And go like that. Okay.
How does that differ from Alpo?
Take the super down and show him.
Here, you
So-
There we go. Oh, wow.
Oh, can you?
Give it a whiff. Not the best smell,
Oh no.
but there it is. Okay. So
All right. So do we scoop with these? We got the little.
I just
How do
take
we
the big
serve?
fork and.
Oh, there's a
I
knife.
only have
Are
2
there knives
tines.
in here? There's
You
a
can
knife.
take that one.
There's a knife.
Oh, there's a knife in there. Okay. You want me to cut?
Sure.
You got it.
That'd be great.
All right.
Ooh, yeah, I
There
smell
we
it
go.
now.
Oh, yeah.
Look at
You can cut that in
All right,
half.
there's a-
You
yeah,
go like
yeah,
that.
There
cut
we
down your
go.
portion size on those.
Okay.
Look at that.
I'll take this one.
What do we have?
Yeah.
Where's my plate?
Me. Oh, your
Here's
plate is where the Spam is here.
All right.
There we
This
go.
stuff.
All right, maple flavored
Is it
Spam.
edible?
It takes about 40 gallons of
That's not bad.
sap to produce 1 gallon of pure maple syrup. Did you know this?
No.
No? It's potent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dad.
I think that's the best way to
tastes bad.
describe it.
Potent.
I don't like the texture of it.
No.
I'm pretty easy to please, and this is
Really?
so-so.
You ever
yeah.
had Vienna
Not
sausages?
hitting right?
Yeah.
I like Vienna sausages.
Yeah.
No, but this
Yeah,
is
so
this
this
is
is
like
very similar.
this is recongealed paste.
Okay. No,
Sorry,
no.
but it is what it
That
is.
is,
Yeah. What does that say?
Two
I'll
bites is
finish it
about-
though.
Fully cooked, ready to go. Okay, ingredients: pork with ham, sugar, water, salt, modified potato starch, natural maple flavor. Contains dextrose, Arabic gum, molasses, and sodium nitrate. It's got to be the sodium nitrate that gives it that nice flavor.
Yes.
It's got to be. There we go.
Okay, we did that.
Yes.
We did it.
We did it. Good
made
for
it.
you. Next fact. Maple syrup contains natural minerals like zinc, calcium, potassium, and manganese, and is rich in antioxidants compared to refined sugars.
Yeah, a lot of people use it as a substitute for certain
Really?
recipes.
This is the one we got.
Okay, now read the label on that one.
Yeah. This is, okay.
There's some caramel
It's
coloring
corn
in
syrup.
there.
Yeah. Is there
Syrup.
any maple syrup in it?
There's 2 different kinds. We want you to taste them.
Oh, it's a test.
You
Gotcha,
have 2 different
yeah.
kinds. Yeah, okay, we'll do this. We'll do the taste test.
It's
As we
like
are
some of the-
working on distributing.
Some of the cheese that they have in stores, they can't even call it cheese. It's cheese food.
Cheese food.
It's food that's cheese. So I
Yep.
think that's, what is it? Original. Yeah, original. They can't call it maple because it's
No, it's
corn
original
syrup.
syrup.
It's corn syrup.
Now, around 75 to 80% of the world's maple syrup comes from Canada, our
right
neighbors,
in there.
with the province of Quebec producing the majority of it.
There is a
That's
new
neighbor with a
show
U.
on Amazon Prime called Sticky or The Sticky. It's all about the maple syrup industry and some very thick plot, and it's very
Oh,
good.
wow.
Want me to, I'm just going to drizzle
Yeah.
it onto the fork.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right.
Marty,
Want
I'm
the real
putting
stuff?
that
Yeah,
on
just
your fork.
It's thick.
drop it on there.
This is the
Okay,
original syrup that we're trying.
I'll
Got
use
this one ready
this
for when-
here.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll put this on this fork. All right.
All right.
So this is
It's
not.
gotta- It's there.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
the?
I mean, it tastes.
This
Oh,
is
that's the high
original.
calorie stuff. See, I'll do the low calorie. They have a low calorie one
Yeah.
where, that's 100 calories per serving. The other one's a lot lower. So if I use fake stuff, I'll use the light.
But why
fake
use
stuff.
the fake stuff? Listen, for 110 calories,
A
you can
tablespoon?
The
have
real
you,
stuff's a whole lot better.
you can
Yeah.
have the real stuff. It's I'll drink it. Don't worry.
Just like, yeah. Thank you.
There,
That one,
Now that
you
that
can
was
taste.
really nice.
that
Yeah.
you can taste. That is delicious.
It's a little watery compared to the real stuff that you get when you go to a
Sure.
sugar
yes,
shack around
yes.
here. But
Cook it down on your own if you want. That's good.
that's
Yeah.
all right.
And there's definitely a distinct difference.
I'm on board.
It's good. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we got to move through these.
Yes. Up next, let's go with this. What are these? Breakfast bars. Nature Valley Maple Nut made with nuts, grains, and seeds.
This is the safe, or the safe.
The
The
safe.
soft.
I can't
the soft
eat these.
ones.
These are the soft ones.
While Dan is working on this, in 2012, thieves actually stole about $18 million worth of maple syrup from Quebec's Strategic Maple Syrup Reserve and what's now called the Great Canadian Maple Syrup Heist.
Okay, I believe that's what the show. Oh no, this is yours.
Oh, thank you.
I can't eat it. I believe that's what the show is based on. This one is vegan, so I'm gonna open this. This one I can eat, right, Ashley? Yes. It says vegan on it.
Oh, are these poppy seeds?
Probably.
No, they look a little.
I'm gonna try the banana and maple
chia.
brown
This is
sugar
chia.
ready-to-eat oats.
That's good.
Give it a little shake up there.
So that,
That's
I
interesting.
wasn't expecting that. I thought
Me
you had to put
either.
It's overnight.
water in there.
We gotta
This one is okay.
give
for
it
me.
a good little mix here.
You taste the maple,
Yeah.
but I feel like the oat takes over just a little bit too much.
Right. It's not purely a maple
I
product.
didn't double dip. If any of you would like to, oh wait,
I'm gonna do this.
You
I
did.
think I did. I definitely double dipped.
Oh,
I mean, you can
smart.
see that. Oh, there you go, Marty.
See, Marty is
That's
right.
the way to do it. Okay, this here
got that.
is obviously
Oh, that was
instant oatmeal and
you're
some.
prepared.
Yeah, Marty.
not.
should-
you
should've-
better
we
not
should've-
shake it up. Oh,
We
Now what
should
are
have
you gonna
cooked
do?
that earlier.
oh, this one you were very excited
Yes,
about.
want to try this one. These are
It's
the
resealable.
snacks maple pecans glazed mixed nuts.
I'm a big pecan person. If you remember during. Ah!
Oh, sorry. I wasted one.
Thank you.
All right,
All right, Liz.
give these a go. Oh, they look great.
Oh, you're good.
Yep. Oh, there's apples, there's walnuts, there's cherries.
Oh, there's apples. Oh,
Oh.
yes, I got an apple.
That's good, people.
Really
Okay.
nice
I like those.
topping.
We've all had this, right? Okay. So here, we're gonna
Oh, there you go.
That's smart.
put
That's
some
how
of
you do
that
it.
in there.
This is my go-to.
Mix that up, Steph, and try
Where
it.
is the spoon?
We gotta wrap this up.
I know.
Maple
Oh my
syrup
goodness.
is graded by color
Thank you.
and flavor, not quality. You'll see terms like golden, amber, and dark indicating different intensities in flavor.
This is so watery. Yeah.
Oh, I did a bad job.
No.
You just gotta wait for it
Yeah,
to
it
do
needs
its
to
thing.
sit.
And put it in there.
No.
Oh, these are really good.
Those are good.
I'll take one for the team and try it anyway.
Okay.
That's sweet.
Is it? That's the best part about it, the sugar that sits on the bottom of those bad boys.
If you're not up already.
Ooh, but I wonder how those work with the maple in there. Is that, how
Yeah,
the
what
ingredients
is it?
work? How do they get the maple in there? It's probably a.
They
I don't know,
have,
fake
it says
maple or-
whole grain oats, sugar, salt, natural flavor. That's all
Which
it
who knows
says
what
for
that
ingredients. All right.
I'm keeping these. Don't go anywhere.
Sweet.
There's more. Go to break.
Right, guys.
Good Tuesday morning, 9:21. I'm Dan Schrack. Thanks for joining us for your Ark Rochester news break. Thankfully, no one was hurt when a fire tore through a garage near Ontario Beach Park overnight. Firefighters rushed to Wilder Terrace just before 11 o'clock last night. Took crews about 20 minutes to get those flames under control. 2 cars, though, including one inside a garage, was destroyed. The cause of that fire this morning is still under investigation, but again, thankfully, no injuries were reported. At least 2 people are dead and several others injured after a deadly school shooting in Madison, Wisconsin yesterday. A student and teacher were killed inside a classroom at Abundant Life Christian School. 6 others were wounded, 2 of them critically. The suspected shooter, identified as 15-year-old Natalie Rupp, now was found dead inside the school from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Investigators are still working to determine a motive. Sentencing is set today for a man who pled guilty to aggravated manslaughter in the death of a Genesee County sergeant earlier this year. Michael Elmore faces 10 to 20 years in prison for the death of Sergeant Thomas Sanfratello in March. Investigators say Elmore and Lindsay Wilcox attacked Sanfratello at Batavia Downs when he tried to escort them out following a fight. Authorities say Elmore hit the sergeant with a metal necklace, then put him in a chokehold. We'll be in court today and have the latest for you both on air and online. Deliberations continue this Tuesday in the trial of a Victor man accused of fatally stabbing another man in his driveway last year. Jacob Chittenden is facing manslaughter charges in the August 2023 death of Adam Record. Investigators say the 2 men got into a bar fight in Fairport, and Record allegedly followed Chittenden home. Prosecutors say Record then attacked Chittenden as he got out of his car, leading to that fatal stabbing. This week, dozens of refugees are expected to arrive in the Flower City ahead of the incoming presidential administration. Catholic Family Charities and Community Services say the increase is tied to anticipated changes in immigration policy once President-elect Donald Trump takes office. The director of the nonprofit's refugee department says the surge could strain resources, especially after welcoming around 1,100 refugees just last year.
It is challenging to find them housing. When they come here, all refugees need housing. We have limited number of manpower, and it is hard to manage the number of cases that are coming at the same time.
Last week, the University of Rochester urged international students to return to the U.S. before Inauguration Day in just about a month. City Council members are set to vote today on good cause eviction legislation in Rochester. Now, if passed, the bill would make lease renewals automatic and require landlords to prove good cause before evicting a tenant. Council says those good causes include not paying rent, violating lease terms, or using the property for illegal activity. And for all of these stories and any new developments, head over to our website, 13wham.com. Stick around. Ark Rochester returns after this. Tuesday morning. Thanks for sticking with us here on Arc Rochester. I'm Dan Schrack.
And I'm Stephanie Joseph. We've got much more to get to here on Arc Rochester, but we do want to revisit something we talk about often here. I mean, we just talked about it in the last segment.
We did.
National Days.
National Days. And one school secretary in West Irondequoit School District looks ahead to what the next National Day is and plans a themed outfit just to celebrate.
And this morning, we have the pleasure of being joined by this wonderful woman here. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
All dressed up. Katie Wallace, thank you so much for tuning in and taking time out of your busy schedule flying planes.
Of course.
So talk to us today. Why are we dressed like that?
It's National Wright Brothers Day.
And what does that mean?
The Wright brothers are the ones who invented the first airplane. And it was today, back in 1903, that they had their first successful flight. The first one was like 12 seconds, I think. But they had another one that day that was 90 or 65 seconds or something like that.
All right, we like it.
How do you even go about planning? Because this is a really nice but elaborate outfit as well. So how do you go about making sure you've got the materials and you're ready for that National Day when it comes?
And how far in advance are we looking at that calendar?
Last year I did it a week in advance, but there wasn't really enough time. So I've been doing it a month in advance, so I can plan out the whole month. Because each day there's several different choices, so I just picked the most kid-friendly one. Like, for example, in October, there's a Cat Day, which is also Oatmeal Day and Perfect Day. And Cat Day was obviously the obvious choice because it's the most fun. But yeah, I do it about a month ahead of time just to make sure I have a fun costume to wear.
So wait, I just for clarification purposes, there's a National Day for everything and there's a National Day every day. You're telling me that every school day you go in costume for the National Day?
That is so fun.
Yeah,
That's dedication.
More elaborate than other days.
That elaborate or not, that is serious dedication to an art form that I would imagine the kids really enjoy.
They do, and it's a lot of fun seeing their faces when they come in. And some kids will even, well, most kids will come up and be like, "What's National Day today?" So I have little signs posted in the school saying what the day is, and I also let them know what the next day is going to be. And there's kids that come in and sometimes we'll try to guess what the day is.
Now, let me ask, when you first started doing this, was there any pushback or questioning from any higher ups within the district? What's this lady doing coming in costume to school every day?
Well, I just started this job last year, and I started out just kind of announcing what the National Day was and maybe like a t-shirt here and there, but then I slowly would bring in I'd wear pajama pants with the theme. And then the costumes got a little bit more elaborate. But the principal and the superintendent have been very supportive, and they think it's fun too. So I'm really very lucky to be working at such a great place.
And how did you come up with this idea? We're seeing all of these pictures going across the screen here, a lot of smiling faces. Was that the goal?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I've always said that, life is short. You should celebrate every day. And I heard about National Days years ago, and I used to tell my own kids about it. And they got a little bit older, so it's not quite as...
Where are you in that gingerbread costume? Oh.
What's that?
Okay,
we're
your
looking at
face
a
is in the
picture
mouth.
of you in a gingerbread
we're looking at you in
costume.
that gingerbread costume. Your face is the mouth. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, that was a little tough to pull off, but I did wear it the whole day.
Wow.
Oh my gosh! Look at this, World Kangaroo Day,
and
we came dressed up. Are any of these ever rentals? Do you end up having to rent costumes?
No, but a lot of times I can reuse them too because they have the same days every year. But sometimes I borrow them or I get most of my stuff from Amazon. I literally have totes and totes of costumes.
Wow, I feel like the school should be adding to the West Irondequoit budget for you to make sure that you're dressed up appropriately, right?
Well, it's kind of like my hobby, so that's what I think of it as.
All right. Let me ask, how much knowledge do you have about each of these days? Because I would guess that some inquisitive young minds at school who are curious about National Avocado Day want to know, when you're dressed up as an avocado, where you grow, how much water you take, what kind of climate is necessary for you to produce, all of that kind of stuff. Do you come prepared with answers?
I do. Like on National Llama Day recently, I read like stuff online, and I let some kids know, hey, did you know that mama llamas hum to their baby llamas, and they hum back. And I had Dewey Decimal System Day recently, and that was a little bit difficult trying to explain that to the kids, but I do try to bring an educational part of it.
What did you do for Dewey Decimal System Day?
One of the more not as exciting costumes. It was a shirt with like all the Dewey Decimal, like the different numbers for each category.
Listen, they can't all be winners, right?
No, and some kids were like, is there not a national day today? I'm like, no, it's in my shirt. Or like, you know, some of the younger ones who can't read be like, is it Numbers Day today? I'm like, no, it's Dewey Decimal System Day. And that just means that was like the best option out of the options for that day. So, sometimes you just got to go with whatever the best one is, which isn't always very exciting.
Well, listen, we really appreciate it. I'm sure the students and the families there in West Rondequoit appreciate the effort that you put in. Thank you so much for doing it. Hey, question for you.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Well, we would like to know that, but I want to know, what do you do on Secretary's Day?
Actually, last year, the principal who was here let me pick the national day and have it be a school spirit day. So it was mismatch day. So all the kids came dressed mismatched, and I came very mismatched. I think that's one of the pictures I sent in. But it's so much fun when I have the kids be part of it too.
I like that. I think this year, though, you should try and get some PTO for Secretary's Day. You deserve it.
I love being here, so I wouldn't want to take off.
See, this is a good educator.
Great
right
energy.
there. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Happy holidays.
Thanks, you too.
All right, don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we are viewing a list and maybe checking it twice.
Yeah, we sure are. Don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you are. We are streaming live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel, and we're back after this.
All right. As we said earlier, we are only a week away from Christmas Eve, and Santa Claus, he's getting ready to come to town.
He sure is. The North Pole Government's Department of Christmas Affairs it's a legit thing, has just released its official naughty and nice list for 2024.
Now, besides checking our names and seeing where we fall, we thought we would try and guess what list some other names would fall on.
Okay, we'll do that. But before we get into it, we do want to let you know that mistakes can be made. And if we mention your name as being on the naughty list, you can send a request to be reviewed. But
That's good.
you
so
have
there is
to,
an appeal process.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay,
but
good.
you have to go to the Department of Christmas Affairs website to file that appeal.
Okay.
It's really easy. There's a right there.
Yeah.
Drop down and. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm ready to file.
All right. So let's go.
Us first.
Okay. Well. Okay. So Stephanie,
All right.
let me ask you. What? Oh, well, you've already seen it. What
Well,
list do
yeah.
you think you belong on?
Well, I thought I was on the naughty list because a lot of people, they don't know. My name is spelled with 2 N's. And they also, it's not a common spelling.
No.
But my name was on the list exactly. Stephanie with 2 N's. I'm on the nice list.
You
but
are on the nice list.
if you do have 1 N, I'm sorry.
Ooh, naughty all the way. Yeah. Proud to report here that Dan and Daniel are both on the nice list.
It's got to be a typo.
Both variations.
Are we really surprised?
Dan, you're the cringe. We all know that.
It's not the Scrooge list.
Right, no,
it's
not
the
the
naughty or
Scrooge.
nice list. Up next, Martin.
Yeah.
Marty on the nice
I
list.
thought it was.
Oh, right.
You referred to me
Marty,
that
I was
way. I
like-
thought, oh boy, I'm on some list.
Ashley, can we check quickly if Martin is on what list Martin is on?
Checking, give me 1 second.
Oh, boy.
Marty's on the nice
But
list.
I'm on the nice list now. Can I just cut
Well,
one
yes,
ahead?
we'll go with that. That's fine. But we'll do a little investigating.
We'll see where we end up.
Okay, so Abby or Abigail. Nice list. We love that. Both variations.
I figured as much. Chris for Mr. Lopez or Christopher. This one I'm gonna contest this one. He's on the nice list, and I don't know. You people at home don't get to see him sit next to me in the newsroom. He's on the naughty list this year.
Oh, I will say there's another spelling of Abby, the EY one.
Yes,
That
was a naughty.
yeah.
Yes.
So.
All right, so we're gonna go over a lengthy list of names.
It's a long one, guys.
And we're gonna guess if Martin is also nice. How do you like that?
Oh, good. Thank goodness. Okay.
So you're in the clear.
Good.
All
I'm
right,
getting
we
my gifts.
want to guess if these names are naughty or nice, and I imagine Ashley is going to act as the voice of God and
Yes,
tell
sir.
us. There we go.
There she is.
Coming up first, we've got Tom or Thomas on the prompter, and I'm gonna go with. Well, we've had a lot of nices so far, so I'm gonna go
Yeah.
naughty.
I'm gonna say nice because you have both of the names there. But then again, we see it elsewhere.
Yup.
So
Yeah.
I'll go
gonna,
nice.
I'm going to say nice.
Okay.
Tom's only been nice to me.
Yeah.
This is true.
He's
See?
nice and quiet.
Not even back
It's
then.
nice.
It's
Good.
nice.
Good.
There we go. Up next, we have Ashley for producer Ashley.
I think you're nice. And I'm gonna go
You had to
naughty.
pause before you said that.
Yeah, while we're on air, I'm gonna say you're nice, but you know how I really feel.
And she goes,
I am an angel. Okay?
Yes.
So nice.
Oh,
Nice.
yay.
Look at that. Is
I'm glad
anybody
for
on
that.
the naughty list? Up next,
Somebody's
this
gotta be.
one. Come on.
oh,
Who do we have, Marty?
we have Nick or Nicholas.
Okay. What do we think?
Naughty.
Our Nick, he's a little naughty.
He is a little naughty. He
sometimes.
is a little naughty.
That's okay.
Ashley?
He's a good guy.
Guys, he's nice.
Oh.
Well, can he be nice?
Of
and
course
naughty
he
at
can
once in a
hear
while?
us.
Yeah.
He can hear y'all. Chris says in my ear. Up next, we have John, and we want to be
I know
clear
this
here.
one.
The spelling is Jon because it's
Okay.
short for Jonathan. I think we should have Jonathan too, but we'll go with just John. And yes, I think we know this one because we discussed it earlier.
Yeah.
Naughty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Occasionally. Occasionally,
Fits,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
He's naughty.
Naughty.
Yes.
Up next, we have Mark, as in Mark McLean, and I'm gonna go nice.
I'm gonna go naughty.
I've seen both sides of him before, but he's nice to me.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
he's nice
so
to me
I would
too.
go with that
So
one.
I'm
I think
going
the
nice. He's a
name,
good
though.
guy.
Okay.
Mark's a good guy.
He's nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, that's good.
I told
He
you
is.
so.
Up next, we have Ed, I imagine, for news director Ed Bataccio. And we're not going Edward, we're going Ed, E-D. And He's the paycheck signer, so
was gonna say that.
he
Nice.
is on the nice list every day.
Nicest man.
Well, he's a little naughty this year.
Oh.
We better cut
There's
this
an appeal
segment. Do we have the
process now.
bleep button? Up next, Mike/Mike all for DiGiorgio sitting over there.
Yep, he's over there.
Sitting over there. Let's see. Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah, let's go nice.
He's a good guy,
Let's
yeah.
go nice.
He's nice.
He's
Yay.
nice. Oh, this one's in the bag. We know what this one is. Go for it, Marty.
Okay, this is our buddy Dave. who runs
Dave on audio this
Who
morning.
can cut your mic if he doesn't.
Hey, he
like
sure
what you're
can
saying.
if he doesn't like the
He's gonna
results.
fix that.
But I'm sorry, Dave. I'm gonna have to go naughty, my friend.
He is naughty.
And he knows he's naughty too.
Oh yes,
so.
yes.
probably-
There was zero pushback with that guess. Steph.
All right, next is Jeff or Jeffrey. I'm
Okay.
gonna say nice. I actually had a good friend named Jeffrey growing up. But
I think
we have
we're
our Jeff
yeah, I
right
think
here.
we're
right
talking
over
about
there.
Yeah.
Jeff right
Yeah.
there.
You're great too.
Jeff, I'm gonna say you're on the nice list.
He's
Nice.
You're on the
good
nice
guy.
list.
He's like, really?
Marty.
Okay, who do we have next? We have Joey.
Yes.
I'm gonna go naughty.
Yeah, I'm gonna go naughty. I think we're talking about Joey who works here.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Our web
I
guy.
think there's a side I don't know about him. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with naughty.
it's the naughty
I'm gonna
side.
go with naughty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naughty.
Yup.
Do it.
Coming in next, we have got Kim or Kimberly for our good friend Kim up front here at 13 Wham. A nice list.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's 100%. Can't get any nicer than Kim.
There's a long pause.
Nice.
Okay.
Figured as much. I thought.
I would have.
Yeah.
If that was different, I would have appealed that one on Kim's behalf. Because
Exactly.
she's that nice.
Same here.
She keeps an eye on us.
Next,
We've got Don or Donald.
I wonder who that's in honor of.
Wild guess.
Wild
The Don.
guess.
Yeah.
The Don.
The guy with the road named after him.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Oh my God.
You got to be a good guy
Says
to
it
have a
on the
road
GPS.
named after you.
You do. Total nice list all the way.
Easy.
It's nice to a point of disgust because, like, how are you that nice?
He's a class act.
Yeah.
So he's got to be nice.
Yeah.
Naughty.
Oh! Uh-oh.
I think there's something that he's hiding from Mary, maybe. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
He did retire.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, so
Naughty.
he's living
I
his
wasn't
best
happy when he
life
left.
now.
Yeah, so-
Yes.
He's naughty for retiring her.
Next is our good friend Jenna for Jenna Cottrell. Nice.
Yeah.
Always.
Across the board.
Always nice.
Nice.
Yay.
Figured as much.
We have Karen next, and I think she's a ball full of sunshine, so I'm gonna say nice.
I'll go nice.
I'm going to go nice. Always been nice to me.
Nice.
Yay!
Next.
Next is Zach.
Do we work with a Zach?
Zach.
Who's Zach?
Yeah, we.
Some of these may just be random names.
Oh,
Okay.
I was
Okay.
like, who's
Okay.
gonna do it?
I'm thinking. I don't know. Zach. Sorry, Zach. Naughty then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to get a naughty out there. We'll call him naughty because we don't know
I
him.
feel Zach Morris when I see the name Zach.
There you go. Yeah.
Naughty.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
the last
cool.
one.
Okay,
Okay.
last
Okay.
one.
We got a lot of Matts here.
Yes, we do have a lot of Matts. Let's
All
go
of
with Matt.
naughty.
I would say I'm gonna agree with you. Matt on the naughty list all the way. Every one of them out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I work with Malloy. He's naughty.
Yeah.
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 He was on the morning
Malloy,
show for a while.
Beck,
Yes.
Kwiatkowski, that's one of our producers.
all naughty.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
That one I will contest. That one I will
Contest
contest.
for the naughty list.
Yes. Hey, stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on Arc Rochester this morning, including when we come back, we're going to look at how AI is helping aid certain fields of work.
We're back right after this. welcome back.
Hey, what's happening?
We're having
You know
a
what
snack.
I love about this show, Steph? It's 9:48 in the morning. We know that there's a meeting going on in the newsroom, the editorial meeting. And we're sitting here with you fine people, just enjoying some maple snacks today for National Maple Syrup Day.
And they're pretty good snacks. Those?
They are. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
And they have apple. It's hard to get
Apple cinnamon,
right.
it's absolutely delicious.
And there's even some in here, so we're making a bit of a, you ever had, they have a raisin date walnut oatmeal?
Ooh.
Yes, it tastes similar to this, a little bit sweeter.
That
It's
sounds good.
very
I feel
sweet.
like we need to start like a cooking segment.
Yes,
where
please.
we bring in recipes from home.
Rock recipes, I'm thinking of a name, you know?
Ooh, I like
Yeah,
it. I
yeah.
like it. Are you gonna make a version of the garbage plate?
Ooh, I still haven't tried one.
What?
I know,
I overreact as I've not tried one.
I mean,
either.
I know where to go now.
You do.
But I just haven't found the time to
You
go
gotta
do
get
it.
there to do it. I know. I know.
think maybe this week. I
Nick
should be able to try.
Tahu's is the original, so that is where we want to go.
All right. Well, this morning we're also talking tech here on ARC Rochester, in particular AI. Since the launch of ChatGPT 2 years ago, one profession has been taking full advantage of its abilities.
It certainly has, and this morning we're getting a closer look at how the legal field is utilizing AI to get some work done faster than ever before.
Yeah, and for more, we are joined now by Chief Legal Officer at Everlaw, Gloria Lee. Good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me. Excited for the conversation.
Absolutely. Gloria, so let me ask you right out of the gate, how do you use AI on a daily basis to make your job easier?
Personally, I'm using it multiple times every day. It's almost replaced search for me, to be honest, because it is a tool that is able to mine a ton of information and be able to distill it and get me the insights that I want. Although I'll tell you that I always double check it because it's not perfect.
Yeah, really
that's a very good point to make people aware of. But when you talk about using it every day, are we talking about one specific platform or are we talking about multiple platforms? Because in this intro we mentioned ChatGPT, something we've spoken about on the show before, but there are a number that I can't even imagine of other AI bots out there that people can log in to use.
Yeah, you're right. There are other type of sort of those AI-powered chatbots like ChatGPT. So there's Claude by Anthropic, there's Gemini by Google, and then you've got all of the very industry-specific platforms. So I work at a legal tech company called Everlaw, and we've got our own AI assistant. Of course, that is an enterprise level AI tool that is specifically designed for legal professionals. So it's not something, Dan or Stephanie, I would expect you to go to and be able to use or want to use.
Is that something, though, that instead of, I don't know how the internal legal process is happening, but when paperwork is being drawn up, I imagine there's assistants, there are office managers, paralegals, this kind of thing. Is this helping them at their jobs to get that contract drawn up a lot faster than, 3 or 4 years ago?
Absolutely. I mean, I think you've identified a great use case for when to use that Gen AI tool to draft a first draft of a simple contract. And then you're going to have the legal professional actually take a look at it and make sure that it makes sense. And, based on your experience, is this the right clause for this type of situation? Of course, one of the best use cases for AI in the legal field is with document review, because if you think about what document review used to be like, let's say 25 years ago when I was a junior attorney, I was in a conference room surrounded by bankers' boxes and piles of documents, and I had to manually review them. But now with Gen AI, a tool like Everlaw AI Assistant, I can have the AI do that first pass review. And then I'm able to take what it gives me. And one of our customers was able to review more than 10,000 documents in a few minutes. It's something that would have taken a team of human reviewers several days before.
Yeah, and
so it's really an exciting new development.
I imagine when you're searching for something specific in a stack of paper that's a mile high, this is a game changer and probably a lifesaver in many cases.
I mean, both from the perspective of legal professionals who are able to just save so much more time on that type of not being stuck with that mundane and tedious work, and then able to do things like analyzing the actual documents that you know are relevant, or doing other type of critical thinking for legal arguments. And then for the, sort of the end client, you're able to get to the answer faster. And that's certainly what Everlaw is always trying to do. We're trying to help get to the answer and help people discover that difference.
Gloria, we want to thank you so much for your time. If somebody wants to learn more about Everlaw, what's the website? Where do they go?
Yeah, our website is everlaw.com.
Very simple.
And you can learn a lot more about the innovative work that we're doing to help legal professionals.
Terrific.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Thank you.
Of course. Hey, don't go anywhere, because when we come back, it's this morning's Final Thoughts.
We're back after this.
Welcome back. Thanks so much for staying with us here on ARC Rochester. Time now for this morning's Final Thoughts. All right, let's get straight to the poll of the day, because we don't have any time to waste. This morning, we asked you, when it comes to holiday lights, what kind is your favorite? You see the options there on your screen. Now for the results. Oh, classic white.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't go too
Not what I
bad with those.
expected.
Thanks so much for joining us here. We'll see you later. 13 WIM News at midday.